I saw that the fires in California burned down many people's homes and prayed for those affected, hoping that they would all make it through. I've seen many people on the internet comparing the fires in California to the mountain fires in Chongqing, China in 2022 years. The Chinese people showed great cohesion during the fires when the military, police, and civilians united as one, and they all worked together to bring the fires under control very quickly. Today I'm going to tell you about what happened in China a few days ago, and I'm sure it will shock you even more. And, well, when you compare it to how we're dealing with California wildfires right now, yeah, there's a lot to think about. So here's the deal. This earthquake in Tibet hit at 9:05 in the morning. But get this, before the earthquake even finished rolling, China had two Z-20 helicopters in the air. Yup, like literally before the seismic waves even reached them. It sounds like sci-fi, right? But no, it's just their advanced earthquake detection systems kicking in. These systems, they don't just detect tremors, they alert people before the big shake hits. And, I mean, they're not just sitting there twiddling their thumbs when these alarms go off. Oh no, they've got plans, pre-planned responses. The moment the system says earthquake, boom, those Z-20s are in the sky, flying straight to the affected area. Like, talk about being prepared. Now, let's pause for a second. Over here in California, we've got wildfires going on, and while we have incredible firefighters and some great tech, we don't really see this level of preemptive action. I mean, we're still often reactive, mobilizing resources after the flames are already roaring. Anyway, back to China. So these helicopters, their job is to scout. They gather intel like first responders with wings. And then drones swoop in. Yeah, drones. They're collecting real-time data, giving commanders on the ground the clearest possible picture. I mean, you know how important intelligence is during a crisis, right? It's like war, and intel wins wars. And oh, here's another cool part. They switch satellites into action like the Jilin-1, which is civilian most of the time. But in emergencies, they flip it into military use. Radar imaging, high-res photos, the works. And they're not taking hours to process this stuff, it's happening fast. Like really fast. Now, imagine this happening in a wildfire scenario. If we had drones and satellites deployed this quickly, with real-time mapping of the fire's movements and conditions, gee, we could save so much time and lives. So, once China's got their data, alright, they're already holding meetings, hashing out rescue plans. And before you know it, 8 more helicopters are in the air with supplies and rescue teams. I mean, they're not messing around here. Oh, and remember when China Zhengzhou had those crazy floods? Yeah, they deployed wing-long drones then too. These things aren't just for reconnaissance, they carry communication gear. So even when networks are down, they can restore connectivity in minutes. In California, we've got communication challenges in fire zones all the time. Imagine drones flying overhead, keeping everyone connected? That's next level. Anyway, then they roll out the big guns, literally. The Y-20 transport aircraft. This thing's a beast, a strategic transport plane carrying 66 tons of supplies. Firefighters, soldiers, medics, they're all on board, heading straight to the disaster zone. And this is all happening at lightning speed. Oh, and the conditions? -14 degrees Celsius. That's brutal. But by the end of the day, they've already got 3,700 tents set up. People have shelter. There's heating. They've even got generators running for power. Like, wow, that's a well-oiled machine. Now think about us here. When disaster strikes, whether it's fires, hurricanes, whatever, we do get there. But do we do it this fast, with this level of coordination? I mean, let's be honest, probably not. We've got a lot of resources, but maybe not the same level of streamlined execution. And the big takeaway? If this were wartime, China's response is what you'd call blitzkrieg-level efficiency. Lightning war. They'd mobilize so fast it'd make your head spin. Anyway, there's a lot to admire here, and a lot for us to learn. It's not just about tech, it's about how you use it, and how you plan ahead. So, yeah, food for thought as we think about improving our own disaster response systems. What do you guys think?